There we go. Right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lewis Tivey with Underground Rock with the Pennsylvania purveyor of rock, GrimRock. How's it going, dude?
It is going. How are you doing?
I'm all right. You've got the honor of having the first interview after the rebrand.
Hey, I am down with that. I think it was the first interview on the other one too, huh?
Oh, DIY Rock that had 2 interviews. Yeah, this will hopefully go a bit further than that. If
I
anyone
got you.
hasn't seen, if no one's seen that, by the way, check out my old YouTube channel. It's a pretty decent interview. It goes on, I think we spoke for like an hour or something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that. It's been a
I think
while.
the trench gun one went on just as long as like blimey. But yeah, anyway, so give everyone a brief introduction.
I am Grim from GrimRock. Obviously, I'm an unpainted Grim today. Um, I am from Pittsburgh, so in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and the Pennsylvania Purveyor of Rock thing actually was a nickname given to me by a radio station over in the UK, actually. That and the New Prince of Darkness, they did both of those. So I actually have those both in my bio somewhere. And
Two
yeah, man,
nicknames. That's pretty good. 2 nicknames. I'm stuck with Hermit of the Kingdom, so
there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah. So just give everyone a brief background, what you do, what's your style, and then we'll move on to the exciting adventures that lie ahead.
Well, I'm actually labeled under alternative rock, mostly because my stuff doesn't really fit exactly one category. It kind of spans a little bit. It goes a little harder some, a little lighter on others, and so it's basically just listed under alternative rock for no other reason other than just I can't really put one category into it.
Yeah.
I kind of put multiple genres in individual songs too, so that makes it a little bit that doesn't make it any easier. So, but basically it's alt rock. Um, I got recently signed. If anybody's seen that or knows that or hasn't seen yet, I got recently signed with Golden Robot Records. They're actually out of Australia. So I'm here in the States. Most of my radio plays in the UK, and a company from Australia signs me. How's that work?
I'm the opposite. All American plays. The UK hates me, apparently.
Hey, the UK likes me for some reason, and I like them too. So they can keep playing me. It's cool.
Fair one. So you've recently finished your album after, I think we started them both at the same time. I finished mine, I was going to say slightly before yours, but it's nearly been a whole year. So I won the race, but slow and steady wins the race. So
Yeah, I mean, think about it. The first track from GR5 actually was January of last year. Not this 2024. It was actually January 2023 was the first track for this, and that's how long it took me.
what track
Between
was that?
You Belong, You See.
Oh, yes, because I assumed it was Everything's on Fire. That's the first one I remember you hyping up and releasing. But then I remember when You Belong, You See came out.
Yeah, Everything on Fire. Everything is on Fire was a single, just a single.
Yeah.
I did it in a drop D. I had intentions of doing an album all in drop D, and I have a couple tracks that I have in drop D, but I never finished. So
Yeah.
that was just a straggler, and it was something to fill in between Black Out Your Mind and GR5. So that's how that worked. And Everything is on Fire actually was number one on This Is Only Rock Radio in Spain that
Yeah.
January when You Belong, You See came out.
Yeah. No, I remember when it came out. That is such an underhyped song as well. I love it. It's probably my favorite song you've done, but you don't push it enough. You're always pushing Haunted and Don't You and Faded and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, they're newer.
Yeah. No, I like that one for some reason. I'm not sure why.
That video was interesting. That was all DIY. That was actually at my house, in my house, most of that. Believe it or not.
Which one?
Everything is on fire.
Oh, yeah. He didn't set his house on folks' fire.
No.
He didn't set his house on fire, folks, rather.
Right, no, I didn't get a chance to.
Not yet, when he's got the funds.
Yeah, when I get rich and famous, I will.
Just don't smash up burning guitars, because I got injured doing that. It's,
No.
do you remember when I did that?
Yeah, I know.
2 years ago, blimey. So, new album is, when's the release date for that?
It is August 2nd.
August 2nd.
So they can pre-save now.
Yeah, everyone pre-save, check it out, add it to your calendars. It's going to be a big one.
What's really cool is with the label, man, they got a lot of places to pre-save at, whereas I know you use DistroKid now, and I have DistroKid before, and the pre-save was for Spotify on DistroKid, and with the label, man, it's everywhere. It's like Amazon Music, Deezer, Tidal. I don't know. There's a list of them. Apple Music.
I remember when you showed me the list. It was quite impressive. I was like, blimey.
I didn't even know you could do. I didn't even know you could do that on all the other platforms. You know?
No, I didn't. I didn't until you showed me the list. It was quite good, because everyone pushes Spotify, and there are more streaming services, folks. We seem to forget. I do. I'm guilty of it too, but it is what it is. You always push the biggest one naturally.
Right.
So, what are you planning next after the album? Any more videos?
Yeah, I got actually. I have a couple things happening. So one is going to be, while I'm doing the run up to the pre-release here, pre-release to release. On release day, I'm going to drop a video for Don't Ya. So I haven't really gave up the ghost on what song it was. I just keep pushing. Oh, I'm going to make a video, but it's actually going to be for Don't Ya. I think I've already told you though. And so I got a lot of footage from this past Saturday when I was out Ohio. I got to meet my cover model, Tattoo Baby. I was really, really excited about that. And I got to meet another model who actually models a t-shirt of mine before. Her name is Jennifer Marie. And they both came down and we all met and did a bunch of video and photos and stuff. And I just posted one before we came on, I was holding the Grim flag, so I got to do some catch up because we didn't have no power yesterday for hours and hours. So I am really far behind. But yeah, I got that, and then I'm going to do an album release, Rhythm House Studios in Charleroi, PA, on the 3rd, and then from there, I don't know. I got a bunch of dates that I got to do. I got some gigs and some things that's going on, but I haven't really planned. I guess it's kind of.
It's really admirable, because out of every indie artist out there, I don't know anyone who probably does as much. I remember when you used to say to me, you need to post more, you need to do this more. And then I looked at your timeline and I was like, I cannot keep up with that. Nor do I have the balls to go out in full costume and just hand out band merch and stuff like that. And, addresses to websites and whatnot. I mean, I'm the guy who wears flannel anyway, right? It's not as impressive as the Grim, but
but still, it works,
Yeah, you've got one heck of a busy schedule, though. One day won't hurt.
Yeah, I know, but still.
Yeah.
It's that one day become missing and something good could happen,
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Still a lot of work.
I just sprinkle a little bit every day.
Yeah. It's like when we were saying about the Facebook algorithm and the meta. You think you're getting somewhere, and then literally out of nowhere, bam, it just fades away, and there's no reason for it whatsoever. The day before, you'll have a good 20 likes, interactions, stuff like that, and then for the next few weeks it's like nothing, and it's almost like they've got a problem with indie artists and stuff like that. But
yeah, I get that too. There's just like, I'll have like a whole bunch of stuff going on, 50, 100 likes on a post, and then next day I won't have anything. Nobody even see anything. And I actually got one that has one like, and it's my own like, just so I could put a like on it to try to help get something going, and it didn't work. So yeah, but I see now they're trying to push the Meta Verified. I get pop-ups for that, and I'll create ad accounts. I'll do this, do that, but it's all money going to them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And I'm not doing that.
Funding the system. No, pay to play as usual, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
No. In this section, we'll play one of your tracks. What song do you want?
Oh, it don't matter.
What video do you want? Because I'll do it as a video.
You might as well do Haunted then.
Haunted. Okie doke. Everyone wants to see my other half, I guess.
Yeah, you know, that's got my most views right now.
That's exactly why it does.
And you know, you're right. It is. You know what I mean? She's
That was,
the video. I think she's the video thumbnail.
yeah.
And it just, I believe that. I mean,
That was
I'm
an
not gonna lie.
interesting. That was an interesting video though, because I remember how the conversation went. It was like, "Can I borrow your wife?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." What?
Yeah.
You know. And then we shot it, and it was that well put together. You're from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, US. I'm from Staffordshire, UK. But it looked like it was in the same location. We did it that well. No, I was quite proud of that one.
Oh, yeah,
Even though
I
it was
am
your
too.
video.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I'm
great.
proud of that one too. You know.
Yeah.
That worked.
Okay, so yeah, no, you did work very hard on that one. It was good. So we'll play the video here. Okay, video end. Right, so folks, that was Haunted. Hope you all enjoyed that. What are your long-term plans? Are you thinking of doing another album? Have you started on any material as of yet?
I have material sitting on my computer in folders. You know, I talk about folders a lot and how organized I am with that, you know. But I have I actually have like 22 or 24 song starters. I probably have 6 good candidates out of them, you know. So I mean, I got some stuff that I can work on. I'm not going to work on it right away though.
No.
I'm just kind of worried about making, you know, GR5 kind of pop and push it as hard as I could possibly push it. Hopefully it does something. I actually got to show you real quick here while I got this up. I actually have one right here. Oh, look, background takes it.
Oh, the background's destroying it.
Well,
oh, we can put it in the in the thumbnail or something like that.
Yeah, I was going to show you because it's signed. It's signed. Tattoo Baby signed it, and I signed it on the top. I was going to show you everybody that, but apparently
turn the background off. It might work.
It's all right.
All right. But yeah, no, that was really cool. The whole physical merch thing. It's like, see, I'm quite, what's the word? Sentimental. I mean, that's how we met when I was brand new to Twitter, didn't have a clue what was going on. See this random geezer wearing war paint and all that. I assumed you was a death metal singer or something like that, like Slipknot. And
Right.
then about, I think it was 2-3 weeks later, I get all this stuff in the post because I replied to it. You basically posted who wants free merch, and I was like, oh, screw it, I'll do it. Why not? And yeah, followed your links and all that. I was like, wow, this guy actually isn't death metal, and that's kind of how we became friends. And that was 2 years ago now. Time
Yeah.
flies.
Oh yeah, for sure. And everybody gets that. You know, I get that on all kind of interviews in different places. You know, like, oh, we look at you and then we listen to it and it doesn't sound like what you look like. I'm like, yeah, I know. But I mean, it works though. You know.
Yeah, but you've got an interesting sound though, because like when we've been trying to put you in categories for playlists and stuff like that, no one really knows what to put you as. I put alternative rock, but recently with some of the other playlists we've been looking at, I mean, I labeled you as classic rock in a way. You know, that
I can see
that classic rock sound, like kind of 70s but more modern. I can't explain it. It's kind of cool not being stuck in one particular category, which is good. You know, it's more reach, more people will get a chance to listen to it, because I think a lot of the time people are like, oh, I'm a punk rocker, and then they'll only listen to punk. But you know, you get further along that way.
Yeah, I definitely cross over a bunch of different playlists and stuff. I mean, you know, it's like you said, people when they try to shuffle me around, they're like, what the heck do we do with this guy? You know.
Yeah.
You know.
That's the best way forward. So how long do you think you'll stay on the album promoting before you move on to the next stuff, or you plan on having a little bit of a break?
I'm actually not going to take a break. You know,
I'm not surprised.
That's not in me. But
Right.
I have one of a couple ways I can go with this. One, I'm going to push it for a while, and the label has a thing in their contract that says they can exercise, you know, a thing to get 8 more tracks, like 6 months or something like that after. So I would probably say I'm going to push it for a while, play out, you know, whatever I'm going to do with it. But I'm guessing that in and around 6 months, I'll be starting to look at other things. You know what I mean? Maybe slightly before that, so I'm kind of prepared. See what happens.
Yeah. Tell them about your recording process, because that was a stroke of luck. That was brilliant. Some of the connections you've been managed to make over the years. It's like you message me, oh, send stuff to this guy, send stuff to that. I'm like, how does he find all these people? You should be a band manager one day or something. It's
Yeah, I need all the management I can get for myself. you know. But yeah, no, I kind of run into stuff. It's weird because it's most of everything I ran into was from the result of being on Twitter. You know what I mean? And there was my connections on Twitter, and then when I did that 3WT thing there for a little while with Mr. Scott, and I made a ton of connections from that. You know what I mean? And I think that's where a lot of the stuff come from. It stems from that particular period. And so as people like find new things, they're like, hey Grim, go do this, and I'm like, hey Tiff, go do this. You know what I mean? So it's like passing it on what I find out.
I think the most interesting one was the tell everyone about the wrestler thing for people who don't know. That was cool, especially when he's coming down to the ring playing your track. That was cool.
Yeah, so I kind of got this idea at one point that I wanted to do something with sports, and I didn't really have an idea what. And I'd already talked to a lady that I worked with who drove truck, believe it or not, an 18-wheeler. She did roller derby, and I was actually talking to her about doing some kind of roller derby thing, and they were going to have me come down and do a video, and we're going to, figure out a track, and that was what they were going to use, and it never came to fruition. But in the meantime, I had seen a random post. I mean, it was really random, and it was for wrestling. It was actually AXW wrestling, and they were looking for sponsorships that had sponsored ad, and I looked at it and I was like, check this out, and clicked on it, and there was a list of people in there that they were looking for sponsorships for, and I went to a couple of people that I knew that did indie wrestling, you know what I mean? Because I didn't know really anybody on the list.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, you can pick this person, this person, this person. And I ended up picking Jay, you know what I mean? And that's pretty much all it wrote. I sponsored him that January. Didn't even get to meet him or anything. The AXW people come back, I think February. Like, hey, you want to sponsor him again? I'm like, they gave me the list, and I was like, no, I'm gonna stay with the same guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, I got a hold. Me and him got a hold of each other. I can't remember who made the initial contact, but we ended up getting a hold of each other, and it just kind of went on from there. Went to, hey, you make a theme for me to come in. You're sponsoring me, and then I'm sending him T-shirts and bandanas to throw to people, and he's coming in with the GrimRock, his song, Hang Time.
Yeah,
and,
that's a good track as well.
I mean, it's a pump up track, really. There's no words or anything in it. It's just instrumental with that front. It's hang time. It's hang time, or whatever it says at the beginning. And it's just more or less a pump up track. But he comes in with that, and then he goes around the ring and throws this, shirt off. That's a GrimRock shirt and whatever. You know what I mean? He gets people all pumped up, like, who wants this shirt? And he goes to like a corner. Like, I posted a video, like, how loud can you be for Jay Flyer or some kind of thing like that. And it was actually him at one of the shows grabbing the microphone off the ring announcer and saying, who wants a GrimRock or a Jay Flyer sponsored GrimRock shirt or something, and made him get all yelling, and everything. And he ended up throwing it out and throwing a bandana out, and it was really cool to see, him operate with that. And I actually did get to meet him, at one of the events, and got to hang out there, and actually got to get in the ring, not to wrestle anybody, but got to get up there with an old-time referee. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I'm big enough to do that, I guess. The guy from
That'd be cool. But yeah, that was one of the most impressive. And then some of the wild ideas over the years that may or may not come into fruition, like GrimRock in space.
I like space. I like that idea. Fire something in space for somebody later on to find. Oh yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah, GrimRock into orbit. You got me on FM radio. That was so expensive, though. I remember looking into it and we're like, wow, we got to raise like several grand.
Manchester, New Hampshire. It was WMNH. That'd be badass.
Yeah, no, that was cool. It would be cool. He's a cool guy. One day Oh, the audio's gone. I don't want to say his name wrong.
No, it's Matt.
Can you hear me?
Connaughton.
Check. Connaughton. I always pronounce it as the audio's gone. Hang on. But how have you found the live shows?
Yeah,
I can hear now. Signal went. That was weird. Studio stuff. Maybe having another power cut. I know we've always debated. I can't do the whole playing to the backing track thing. I need a full band all morning. Whereas it kind of works anyway because of the whole Grim gimmick. You got any more wild projects you're currently looking at, or is it just focusing on the album with the record label at the moment? Flannels here. You know, I got asked when I was in the military if I'd do a show for the Christmas party, and I was like, I'm not doing glorified karaoke to the squadron.
It's actually outside.
How do you find it?
It doesn't bother me one way or another. Bass out there more. I play the backing tracks, but the backing tracks they have no vocals at all.
No.
And it has no guitar tracks, cool. None. So you'll know when I'm playing live because when it gets to like the lead solos and stuff like that, there's a really big drop off because I'm in the lead and there's no rhythm guitar playing.
The audio keeps going. Let me stop.
So that gives me an opportunity too, though, while it's not there, to be able to improvise a little bit, mess around a little bit in there, So it does give me a little bit of flexibility on something that's usually not very flexible. You know what I mean?
So,
and it works for me. I haven't had my first gig was a train wreck. Trying to figure out how to get the tracks, to play successfully outside of here, you know what I mean, outside of my studio. And that was a very big learning experience. I will tell you that it was a miserable disaster, and I played the whole thing anyway. I still got paid. I can't believe I got paid.
That's all that matters.
But yeah, and it took a bunch of different gigs and different places and stuff to get it cleaned up. But man, I got it pretty well done now. So.
That's good. I've seen quite a lot of the footage, and then I've helped you mix some of the live audio, and it's got to say it's pretty impressive. It doesn't sound that different from the studio stuff, really. So hats off to you there, because there's a lot of bands where they sound quite a bit different live than their actual studio stuff.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. Like,
no.
I get like there's some variants and stuff and whatever, but. Right now, being that I'm just, a regular indie artist with really, a minimal following, I have a global following like, say, Aerosmith does. But, to go in and play a song, I want to play it as close as I can to the original one so that they're familiar with it. And if they ever do hear it outside of that somehow, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever, they actually get a CD or whatever, then that they can identify with it. They know what it is. You know what I mean? So it's really more helpful for me to do it that way instead of come up with some wild thing with it, and them not having any idea, if they actually heard it somewhere else, they wouldn't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think they'd be able to identify with it. So I'm really deliberate with that. I try to keep it the same way, as close to the same way, so that Joe Schmo down the way can heard it later, a week later, he'd be like, "Oh, I think I know what that is." You know what I mean? That sense of familiarity.
No, it's great. It's as I say, I've heard some recordings where it sounds no different from the studio version. So yeah. So before we wrap up, is there anything you want to share? Any other things in the future?
I get to play a hockey rink.
Oh, that'd be cool. the next thing.
I get to play a hockey rink twice. I got it. Actually, one of them's a Halloween show.
Yeah.
I get to go back to the Green Beacon where it all started at.
You play there a lot. You play there a lot.
Not really.
Where is it where you
it's
play?
Like once a year.
I might be mixing up. Where's that place you always play?
Well, that's the Green Beacon Gallery. That's in Greensburg, Pennsylvania, and it's like once a year. But this year, it's going to be a couple of them. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that'd be cool. A hockey ring. Then one day it'll be professional football.
Maybe for Man U.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know, Grim is he's a huge Manchester United fan.
Yep.
From over here in the UK. God knows why, but yeah, there we are. So that was happy with everything. Anything else to add or?
No, that's it. Just keep your eyes and ears peeled and just see how it all unfolds. If anything,
Keep an eye on his page. The guy literally will post about 50 times a day. So
not quite 50, but
no, it's not far off. All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. Hope you enjoyed the first episode of Underground Rock Podcast. Sorry for the technical problems. I'll try and edit them out the best I can.
that works.
And,
And I'm thankful to be part of the first one.
well, you
So,
are the first one. This is the first one, and I'm not sure if I'll be doing all of them, but I guess we'll see. Probably knowing what happens.
well, yeah, you probably will. This is your job now.
Yeah, probably.
Listen,
But
I feel for you on that. I got the same situation in a different way, here. So
I think you were my first radio play, actually, when you used to host your own show. I'm certain you actually were the first radio play.
I think I played. I'd have to go back and look, but I want to think I played.
I think it was Flock. I'm certain it was.
There was no. I don't think it was that one. I think it was neighborhood friendly.
Oh, Friendly Neighborhood Infiltrator.
Yeah, I think that might have been the first one. We can go back and look.
Yeah, we'll have to have a look. That song's got history in itself. But
I
anyway,
think that was the first one.
yeah, I've got it recorded somewhere. I'm certain I have. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining us today, and as always, folks, keep rocking.